Hello and welcome to Sonia's Real Estate Connection in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hi there, folks. I'm Sonia Mays of Midwest Executive Realty at Park Place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I am elated that you're joining me here on another episode of the Real Estate Connection to hear the latest and greatest in our local real estate markets. Today is July 8th, 2017, and it's another great day in real estate. And today we'll be talking about some very important numbers to property owners, and that's dealing with property assessments and assessed values. Specifically, how do you appeal a city assessment in the city of Milwaukee? All right, so let's get right into it. In the city of Milwaukee, the city assessor's office is responsible for estimating and providing the market value on personal property. They provide an annual assessment of all taxable properties as of January 1st of each year. Those numbers are usually based on December values that they place as of January 1st. And then all property owners receive an assessment notice, their assessment notices in April. Now, if you don't agree with your assessment and if you want to appeal or object to your assessment notice, then there's a process and a period of time by which you can do so. That period of time is typically between the end of April or the time that you receive the notice until the third Monday in May, and they have to be filed during that time frame. So what happens when you file an appeal, it'll get assigned to an assessor. They will request an appointment to come inside your property. At that time, you can provide additional information in terms of any upgrades that you may have done to the property, any renovations, or if you want to provide some comps, you can provide similar homes that have sold for different prices in the immediate surrounding area, and any other factors that would have a direct impact on the value of your house. If you're trying to provide comps, then it's really important to have the right data. For example, if your house is a single-family ranch house, so that's all one level, single-family ranch house, then what you don't want to do is provide comps for a two-story duplex, two-family house that may be 5 or 10 miles away from your house. You want to stay within close proximity of your house and essentially compare apples to apples. All right, does that make sense, folks? Great. All right. So then after the assessor reviews the property, he or she will issue a recommendation to the board, and you'll get a written notice of the board's final determination letting you know whether you won the appeal or not. If you still don't agree with the board's decision, then you can file an appeal with circuit court. All right. So now if you want more information on that whole process, you're certainly welcome to call the city assessor's office. That's for the city of Milwaukee assessor's office. Their phone number is 414-286-3651. Again, 414-286-3651, or visit their webpage at city.milwaukee.gov/assessor. Again, that's city.milwaukee.gov/assessor, or if you want to Google it, you can just Google City of Milwaukee Assessor's Office or Assessment Office, and then that should bring up the relative information. So you might be wondering, why are we talking about this today when the appeal process is over? Well, as a realtor, I'm always looking at the numbers. I'm always crunching the numbers for my clients and providing valuations and market reports for my clients. I'm also a member of the National Association of Realtors, the Wisconsin Realtors Association, and the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors. So I'm a member of all three realtor boards in the area, and I also serve on one of the local boards in Greater Milwaukee for their Professional Standards and Ethics Committee. And as a member of the Wisconsin Realtors Association, which we often refer to as the WRA, we receive information and legal updates from the WRA on a periodic basis. Just recently, we received information concerning fair and accurate assessments. So that's why I want to talk about this today. There was an article from Tom Larson, and he is the Senior Vice President of Legal and Public Affairs for the WRA. His article is titled "Fair and Accurate Assessments: Why Wisconsin's Current Property Tax Assessment Law is Fundamentally Flawed," Whew, well, that's a lot to chew on, right? And that was the title of his article, and it was just recently published, and again by Mr. Tom Larson of the WRA, Senior Vice President of Legal and Public Affairs for the WRA. In his article, he talked about the Wisconsin property tax assessment law and how under the current law, property owners are prohibited from appealing the tax assessment if the assessor was not able to gain entry to the house or if the request for access was denied. Now, this is something that even I didn't know. So this was kind of an eye-opener for me as well. So the article also went on to discuss that the law currently is under evaluation and could soon be repealed. So again, big, huge alert. And so what I'd like to do now, I'm going to quote directly from his article. I'm going to read a paragraph from the article that kind of sums it up or kind of gives puts it in a nutshell for one of the cases one of the legal cases that's currently under review and that's prompting this reanalysis, if you will. So I'm going to quote directly from his article. All right. So here goes. Begin quote. In Milwaukee versus Town of Dover, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is evaluating whether the law violates, among other things, the 14th Amendment's due process clause. In addition, the Wisconsin legislature is currently considering Assembly Bill 211, Senate Bill 158, which would repeal the law and allow all property owners to challenge their assessments regardless of whether they denied an assessor entry into their home. End quote. All right, so what's happening is they're reviewing this case, and there are several other similar cases concerning this law and the method of taxing properties to ensure fairness. So what the article says is that when you don't allow property owners to challenge their assessment because they didn't allow the assessor into the home, then what Mr. Larson seems to be saying is that this deprives property owners of their due process. All right. Now, the other side of the argument, if you want to play the devil's advocate, you could say that the other side of the argument would be, well, how can the assessor accurately review the appeal if they can't get inside the home to see it? Okay. And then, flip side to that, the property owner could then say, well, Mr. or Mrs. Assessor, you didn't come inside my home initially to give me the initial assessment. So why do you need to come in now to address the appeal and rewrite the assessment? Right? That could be another argument. And so this could go on and on. It could go back and forth, and it could turn into this whole which came first, the chicken or the egg theory, right? So as a realtor, I deal with property values on a daily basis. I conduct a lot of market evaluations, outside market valuations, and a lot of times we refer to them as drive-by BPOs or exterior valuations, where we don't necessarily go inside the home, we drive by. We look at the outside of the house, the surrounding areas. We look at the block that the house is located on, or the street scenes, things of that nature. And we pull comps or market data based on general characteristics of the property. You know, information that we can find from online public sources, such as tax records, city records, etc. Information pertaining to square footage, age of the property, when the property was built, year built, number of beds, baths, garage, basement type, etc. So if we want to get more information or more details on the home, then we do need to get inside to look at the actual condition of the house and its major components. So, you know, we'll go in and look at items such as the basement and the foundation. I mean, those are huge issues when it comes to the sale. Or even maybe even a refi. You know, sometimes a homeowner is trying to do a refi and they need a valuation and opinion of some sort, and the bank might hire a realtor because it's less expensive than getting a full blown out appraisal of the property. So, but even then, sometimes when we need to go inside of the house, we'll look at those items. So again, we check the basement, the foundation, the walls. We look at the mechanicals, the age of the furnace, hot water heater, electrical box to see if it's been updated or if it still has the old fuses or if it's been, updated to circuit breakers. We look at the kitchen, bathroom, if they've been updated or if it's still, outdated. Bedroom counts, if there's an actual bedroom or if this is just an extra room without a closet, well, then we can't legally call it a bedroom unless it has a closet and, certain legal ramifications that may come into play. Again, we look to see if there's been any updates or not, if there's any type of substandard or illegal upgrades or work that was not done up to code, such as adding a bathroom in a basement or some trying to finish off an attic space and turn that into living space. Was it done properly up to code? Can we legally call this a living space or a bedroom? Or in the basement, do you have a legal bedroom if there's no egress window? Things like that. And then in terms of the cosmetic updates and appearances in the home, things that will help market and sell the house, we look to see, do they still have this glorious, illustrious wallpaper from the 60s or that lovely blue shag carpeting from the 70s? All these items go into the valuation report as we prepare the market analysis to estimate value for the property owners. And this is a big part of doing the full-blown interior evaluation as opposed to just an outside valuation where we just look at the outside of the house. Does it have curb appeal? Is the siding in good condition? How does the roof and the windows look? We're just standing from the outside looking in. We don't know what the inside looks like. So that's kind of a distinction between exterior versus interior evaluation of a house. Now, when you're buying a house, you want it to appraise out at the price that you're trying to purchase it at, right? Especially if there's financing involved and you're getting a loan, then it has to appraise out at that price. Otherwise, the loan won't go through. Depending on what type of loan it is, if it's FHA, VA, then you could have some other issues that may need to be addressed as well. So you're definitely, looking at value from an appraisal standpoint, as opposed to an inspection. And that's another topic which we'll get into, inspection versus appraisal, where inspection is something that's looking at, defects in the home, whereas appraisal is looking at value and looking at a lot of those items that we just previously discussed. So when you're buying it, you obviously want the house to appraise out, whether you're getting a loan or paying cash. If you're paying cash and it's an as-is sale, well, then there's, it's as is, and you either buy it or you don't, you go through with it or not, based on the inspection report or whatever. But you're not looking to appraise out at any at a numerical value. So when it comes time to sell your home, when you're selling your home, on the other hand, then you want the highest price possible, right? We always say buy low, sell high. And that's a broad investment strategy for not only real estate, but with any type of investment. So, buy low, sell high. And a lot of times, we don't want to pay high taxes on our property. We don't like to pay. I mean, even though we have to, we don't like paying a higher rate of taxes. And so a lot of times maybe we don't want the higher assessment, because the higher your assessment is, the higher your tax bill will be, right? Especially in the city of Milwaukee. And sometimes there's a very unique relationship between those numbers. But essentially, most of us want to keep a low tax bill whenever we can. But when it comes time to sell the house, we want a higher price and a higher assessment at that time, because we want to maximize the value, maximize the price, and the amount that we can profit from that sale. But if you're not trying to sell, then you don't want to pay that much. Even if you did a ton of renovations, and let's say you put, $50K, $60K or more into the house, and it's worth more than what it's assessed at. It might even be double the amount, but you don't want to pay double the taxes, right? I mean, who does? No one. So it's a catch-22, right? Well, my answer to that is know your numbers, know your value, know the market. Know the market that you're operating in. Know what the numbers are in the area, have a good idea of what similar homes are going for, and know the numbers. If you don't have a good grip on that, then that's where I can come in and help. Any good realtor can help you with that. If you need a market analysis or an update market report, I'd be glad to help. This is what I do. This is what I do for a living. I do this full time. I am a full-time licensed broker in the state of Wisconsin, and I absolutely enjoy what I do. This is what I do 24/7, 365. If I wasn't doing real estate, I'd probably be on a stage somewhere with a mic in my hand or a guitar or a keyboard, something uh, dealing with the music, which is okay. That's a past life of mine, former life. So sorry, I've digressed a bit, but but I absolutely love what I do. So if I wasn't doing this, yeah, I'd be doing the music thing. But I'm doing the real estate thing, and I absolutely love it. And I'd love to help you out in any way that I can with the market analysis. So as we wrap things up here, it's summertime. Again, it's July 8th, 2017, and we have a lot of outside projects going on. A lot of people are working on the rental projects, getting it done, doing a lot of outside work. I drive by the neighborhoods and go down the blocks, and I see guys hanging out on the roofs of the houses. They're doing those roofing projects and tearing the old roof off, putting the new ones on, and because this is the time to do it. A lot of siding projects, window projects going on. They're trying to get it done before the winter rolls around, before they're getting ready for the next cycle. So whether you think your property assessment is too high, too low, or just about right, it's not the end all and be all to your house. Real estate is all about location, location, location. And it definitely is a numbers game. So once again, know your numbers, know your value, know the market. Bring your A game to the table and give me a call if I can assist with anything. I'd be happy to provide a free, no obligation market evaluation for you. All you got to do is call or email, and I'm here to help. I've got a toll-free number for you to call anytime. That number is 844 777 7725. Again, 844 777 7725. Or you can give me a call at the office. That number is 414 395 8771. Again, 414 395 8771. Folks, I hope that this information was valuable and helpful for you. We're going to continue to monitor the situations that were discussed in this episode and keep you posted. Again, this is your local real estate expert, Sonia Mays, with Midwest Executive Realty at Park Place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Be sure to check out my website at midwestexecutiverealty.com. Again, that website is midwestexecutiverealty.com for more information on listings for buyers, sellers, mortgage information, community information, free market analysis. And there's also a mortgage calculator on there, which is a really, really cool tool if you're looking to get an estimate of how much your mortgage payments could be. I would check that out. All you got to do is plug in a couple of numbers. You plug in the price, the purchase price, that you want to buy a house for, and then you put in a down payment amount. You can put in a percentage or just a flat fee down payment. And then kind of it estimates the taxes and the insurance. You can plug numbers in there and then just hit the button at the bottom, and then it will give you an estimated monthly mortgage amount. And it's typically a 30-year fixed or a 15-year fixed. So it's a really cool tool if you want to check it out. It's also on my website under the mortgage calculator page. So all that information is on there. Again, go to midwestexecutiverealty.com for more information on listings and for buying and selling and community information, as well as property management and rental properties if you're in that area, if you're an investor. So check us out. We'd love to help out any way that we can. Again, thanks for tuning in, folks, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Make it a great day.